definitely the majority of the people living in this room. And for those of you who raised your hand, you encountered one of the largest intractable problems facing American cities today. Homelessness is such a widespread problem that many of us simply accept it as the reality of urban living. But we at Community don't accept it. We are a data and tech startup with the mission of increasing the effectiveness of homeless outreach organizations. By providing real-time data, Community offers real connection to homeless services. San Francisco spends $166 million each year on homelessness. And yet, the problem is growing. There's over 73 million homeless people living in San Francisco. That means that more than, or nearly 1 out of every 100 residents of San Francisco is homeless. And there's hundreds of homeless outreach organizations, but they're disconnected. Our online portal connects these organizations, allowing them to communicate with one another, so that when a caseworker is unable to meet the needs of one of his clients, he can easily turn to the portal and find somebody who can. Caseworkers, like Jefferson Fellows at Larkin Street Youth Services, are tirelessly working to provide services to those in need. However, finding accurate and up-to-date information is harder than it should be. Not only are these service providers working in organizations with high turnover, resulting in loss of institutional knowledge, they're also working with antiquated and outdated resources and tools, like binders with outdated information, and doing Google searches for half an hour trying to find if something exists or not. Our portal provides access to up-to-date information and not only strengthens and enhances these organizations, but relieves the pain points of these caseworkers and improves and makes them do their job. Why now? Our venture sees a convergence of trends that demonstrates a real timeliness for this people. First, a need for services. We've seen a rise in demand of homeless people accessing services, which reinforces the need for us to make sure these services get to this population efficiently and effectively. Second, provider burnout. These providers suffer from excessive burnout from the intense demands and stresses of their job, lack of predictability, and just intensity of their day-to-day. Third, San Francisco is a hotbed for innovation and tech companies. Yet they're often connected with the gentrification of neighborhoods and the displacement of homeless populations in low-income communities. And finally, fourth, the housing shortage. San Francisco has had 75,000 people move to this city in the last decade. However, only 1,500 housing units are added each year. This certainly doesn't meet the demand at hand. Community sees these trends come together and present a real opportunity for information efficiency and accessibility. There are a few ventures or initiatives in the city that are going on right now that recognize this need. The offerings currently are a wiki that's not kept up to date and not managed regularly, and a number of online resources such as LinkSF and the others listed here. However, those are only focused on the homeless individual. Community presents the opportunity to provide resources and information to both the homeless individual and the service provider. We extend and enhance the information streams available.
Community is a web portal that is data-driven, and it provides resource efficiency and information variety for organizations and homeless people that they serve. It's accessed through smartphones, tablets, or computers. Our target audience is outreach providers, and the centralized data aggregation helps do their job better. They know what's available. They can spend less time looking for resources that can be questionable at best. They can be more effective in their continuum of care for their clients. There's also in our product an element of real-time reservations so that we can have better We have more optimization with the reservation system, say with shelters or with food, as well as minimizing the runaround. We also have our branded car, which will go to the homeless communities where they are. We'll take out a small team of outreach providers, tablets, and then use their data to give them a voice and to also connect them if they have mobility that's limited or has if they don't have access to the internet. Finally, we have impact reports that will help governments and agencies have detailed analysis on activities or trends in their space. We have a wonderful team here, as you can see. It is 4 MBAs, and so we have business acumen. It's Trey Graham, Nick Musto, and Devin Bertram and myself, Spike Weaver, and our personal and professional experience sets us really well for this venture. We're backed by Ryan Vente as our legal counsel, Cynthia Scott for our organizational development and human resources, as well, and we're very proud to have Bevan Duffy here from the mayoral office of housing opportunity, partnerships, and engagement, otherwise known as COM. In terms of our contribution gap, we're looking for someone to help us with the search engine, as it's going to be very intricate in terms of how robust this can be as well. And finally, some financial oversight.
So we've developed a very diverse revenue model designed to generate revenue streams for our services. First is data subscriptions. We'll sell these data subscriptions to the outreach providers on a tiered subscription basis. Think of it as a sales force for outreach providers. Each outreach provider will tell us their needs and will recommend a subscription that best suits their needs. Next are the impact reports. Our target customer here, as Spike mentioned earlier, are government agencies such as San Francisco. As we know, they spend about $166 million a year on the homelessness problem. We hope that these reports will help them better allocate their funds and give them a better understanding of the state of homelessness within San Francisco, so they can apply for more federal funds from the next year. Next is our tech sponsorship. As we mentioned, we will be out in the field addressing homelessness where they are. This will give tech firms the opportunity to combat their negative rap for being blamed for evictions and gentrification. They can brand our truck or our car and show that they have a presence in the community. Finally, our smallest revenue stream are donations. We'll suggest donations from our supporters and users so they can feel like they have a stake in our game and play a part in solving homelessness within San Francisco. Let's talk about some financials. The 4 founders will invest $100,000 and we'll also launch a Kickstarter campaign for another $100,000. We're asking for $200,000 from investments at this time. We project to be cash flow positive just after year 2 and break even at year 3. In year 3, we also hope to expand outside of San Francisco and offer our services in Seattle. Thank you very much. We are community, real data, real people, real homeless connections.